Well, okay. Why not? Why not a Valenti Videos live stream at 8 o'clock p.m.? Why the fuck not? You're not the boss of me. You've never been the boss of me, and you never will be the boss of me. So I don't want to fucking hear it. I don't want to fucking hear it. I don't want to hear it from you. I don't want to hear it from her. I don't want to hear it from none of yous. Hi, how are you? Hi, hello. Hey, how are you? Hi there. Hi, welcome to the Valenti Videos broadcast. I'm your perfect and humble leader, Chris Valenti. Wake up. Wake up.
Dio dammi serenità di agitare, ieri cose non posso cambiare, ieri coraggio di cambiare, ieri cose non posso le sarghezze di capire nella differenza. In nome di Padre, Figlio e Spirito Santo.
Hi, everybody. Hi, how are you? What the fuck is up, Kyle? What the fuck is up, Kyle? I've got a couple of TikToks I want to show you guys. That ain't it. How's everybody doing on this beautiful, fine Wednesday? Sorry, Thursday. How's everybody doing, bros? Are you guys all vibing? Are you guys all on the vibe train? Are you guys all on the vibe train? A couple of TikToks I wanted to show you. This one.
You need to realize the root of all evil is a man named Chris in any variation. Christopher, Christian, just Chris, anything. Chris with the C, Chris with the K, Chris with the X. That man is not good. You need to realize.
And she's right. And frankly, I'm a super villain. I'm here to end everything. I'm here to destroy you. Wow. Ain't that something? Ugh. My girl left, dog. So I'm drunk and ready to face the horror. Well, Jordan, it's good that your girlfriend left, because now there's room for me in that ass. Your ass. That wasn't me hitting on your girlfriend. That was me hitting on you. Let's cover some crazy shit. Okay? All right? How about this?
I want to put to rest this question about Mr. Garcia and this photo that the president posted on April 21.
Let me record this first, actually.
I want to put to rest.
Daddy's gonna record this. Daddy's gonna record this. All right. Whoa there. Hi, welcome to the Valenti Videos Vindication Tour, where we're going to watch our elected representatives and our government say things that I, Chris Valenti, have said for months. Fuck! All right, now here's the thing. I'm not alone in this. I'm not a genius. I am just a dipshit with a camera and the balls to yell into a microphone. And because I am white, straight, was raised Christian, and I'm a U.S. citizen, and I'm a male, for some reason, tens of millions of people in the United States will listen to me and not Kamala Harris. Granted, Kamala Harris was a dog shit candidate, but, the whole reason why the fucking Trump people didn't vote for her was not because she was a dog shit candidate, but because she was a black woman. Anyway, you guys know that picture of Kilmar Abrego Garcia's hand? You know, the one that Trump held up that was photoshopped, and they put the letters MS13 in Times New Roman size 12.5 font right above the symbols. You guys remember that photo? Of course you do. And remember how Trump was doing that interview, and he was like, with Terry, our boy Terry, and he was like, no, it's real. And Terry was like, that's doctored. And he was like, why won't you say it's real? Well, now, the head of the Department of Homeland Security, the laminated-faced cunt in the White House, Kristi Noem, Beelzebub herself, has been testifying in front of Congress, and she cannot answer the simple question of whether or not that photo was doctored. I want you to understand, this isn't about whether the question. This is about the fact that she's the head of the Department of Homeland Security, and this man's deportation was almost entirely based on the tattoos themselves. Okay? So we're going to watch this. We're going to react to this. Okay? Here we go.
This question about Mr. Garcia in this photo that the president posted on April 21. Madam Secretary, you agree that the letters MS and the number 13 in Times Roman numeral font, that they are doctored on this photo, right?
Congressman Abrego Garcia.
No, I'm just asking about this photo.
It wasn't based off of tattoos. It was based off an entire case.
And I'll accept that
case against him.
For the purpose of this question. You agree, though, that this is doctored. Is that right?
The same protocols that are
Madam
applied
Secretary,
to every
I want you to have
individual with law
credibility.
enforcement.
Do you want to know why I yell and scream that Trump is a fascist? It's because of things like this. The fact that she won't answer like, okay, yeah, it's doctored. It's not because she doesn't know. Of course she knows it's fucking doctored. But it's because the Fuhrer believes it's real. And if she, a Trump loyalist, a sycophant, a hand-placed fucking pundit, if she says something differing than the Fuhrer, then the Fuhrer will lash out on her. And we've seen it. This is what he does. He goes on these public tirades. He's like, oh, Marco Rubio's wife is a dog. Oh, wait, no. He calls him little Marco Rubio. And he was said to Jeb Bush, he was like, your wife is a dog. You know what I'm saying? Like, he will turn on you. So this is this is fear. What you're seeing from Kristi Noem's lack of face, the few parts of her plastic face that can still move, are afraid of Trump watching this.
And I want you to be taken seriously. Is this doctored or is it not doctored?
I am taken quite seriously.
Is it doctored or not doctored?
With the importance that the president has given me to do.
I understand.
Also, note that this man here, this is Eric Swalwell, he has a limited amount of time that he can operate on. So when you see her talking, rambling, not stopping, that is entirely intentional because she knows, oh fuck, this guy's got me by the balls, so I've got to run out the timer.
Doctored or not
One thing
doctored?
that's important to remember is that every single time a case is built,
Just trying to run up
Secretary,
timer.
I have a 7-year-old, a 6-year-old, and a 3-year-old. I have a bull detector. I'm just asking you, is
Oh,
this
fucking yes, dude. I don't know who Eric Swalwell is, but I want to shake your hand. I want to shake your hand. I want to shake your hand.
doctored or not doctored?
sir, the protocols in the case built against
Can you
Abrego
answer the
Garcia
question?
were exactly the same.
Madam Secretary,
I don't have
you're-
any knowledge as to that photo you're pointing to.
Okay, can you
I
take her?
don't, sir.
Can you show her
I-
the photo? Walk her the photo down. No,
Bring it up to her, because you gotta be a fucking dipshit to look this in the eye and say it ain't doctored. And if she does say that that's not doctored, or that she can't tell whether or not it's doctored, she's not fit for this position, brother. I know fucking 6th graders that would be able to tell me that shit is doctored.
that one. Please take a look at this photo. It was tweeted by the president on April 21. It's been hanging out there for about a month.
So what is your point?
My question is the numbers and the letter MS-13. Could you look at the photo, please? It's right in front of
Are
you.
you saying Abrego Garcia is not a wife
No,
beater?
no.
What? What the fuck where the fuck did you you know where she pulled that one out of? The plastic deposit. Her asshole. She pulled that shit clean out of her ass. So hold on a minute. You're asking me if this photo, if this is doctored, right? Are you saying that man didn't beat his wife? Are you hallucinating? What the fuck are we talking about?
Ma'am,
But he's not a criminal.
Ma'am,
He's not a human trafficker. And he's
ma'am,
not a member of MS.
you vouched for Mr. Garcia.
He's literally none of those things. He's not committed a crime. He's not been proven to be a member of MS-13. He's not beaten his wife. None of these things are proven. This is all alleged. And the thing is, Kristi, you fucking dumb bitch, if you want to make those claims, prove it. Just give him due process, you fucking scraggly bitch. If you're so damn confident that Kilmar Abrego Garcia is a terrorist, MS-13, wife-beaten gang member, human trafficker, then bring him back, extradite him, like we do other criminals, and try him here. Prove your fucking case. We've done this a million times. People who are like criminals in the United States, they pick up shop and they run to some other nation. You know what we do? Bag his shit and extradite him back to the U.S. Meanwhile, Trump said that he can't bring back Kilmar Abrego because, oh, it's no longer in my power. It's in the power of El Salvador. No longer in your power. Brother, you just spent $1 billion bombing Yemen for 30 days. It's not in your power to get him back? You could fucking blow up the moon if you wanted. What the fuck do you mean it's not in your power? It's not in your power? Then what fucking powers do you have? If you can't bring one man who you've admitted was erroneously deported, you can't bring one man back? Bitch, get on your knees and blow me. Get the fuck out of my face.
Yeah, when
You're
your team
vouching
said,
for a man
ma'am, you
that is
vouched
a
for him when you
known
said he was
violent
mistakenly
criminal.
deported.
Sir,
I didn't vouch for him.
I did not say
In
that.
that
He
photo.
should have been
Exactly.
deported. Absolutely.
It's so
There was
telling
never a
that you
mistake
won't look at the
deporting
photo.
him.
It was never a mistake. The Trump regime's own, thank you for the $6 donation, Rocky Lucid, massive W's. The Trump regime's own lawyer said it was a mistake. That's the whole fucking reason I know Kilmar Abrego Garcia's name. Do you understand that you wouldn't know who this was if that one lawyer didn't accidentally tell the truth? That's the only reason. There are more people who were erroneously deported. There's that gay hairdresser from New York. There's that guy whose brother had autism, so he had an autism awareness tattoo, and he was sent there. There's the soccer player from Real Madrid. These are the people we know of, bro. You know how many we don't know of? Because there's no due process? Oh my God. Again, guys, if my microphone shits the bed, please type all caps mic and spam it. That way I catch it. I know we don't have any mic problems, but again, sorry. I just crashed the fuck out. I can't believe that these are secretary. This is the cabinet. This isn't, Kristi Noem is not some crazy fucking drunk wine mom saying, I think that MS-13 is real. That's the fucking head of the Department of Homeland Security. Which, by the way, Trump's new budget plan, it puts a third of the entire FBI budget onto ICE. A third of all of their money. So while we're all screaming bloody murder that you're getting rid of due process and you're saying it yourself that they're not getting due process, you're giving ICE more funding. It can never be more clear. Let me explain one thing to you. Those masked balaclava sunglasses wearing boot-licking cultist fucking losers in ICE will go down as the modern Gestapo, okay? Not to mention that there's like Proud Boys embedded in the organization. Some of them are doing it for $30,000 a year. They're doing it for the fun of it. It's disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting. All right, listen, I got more to cover. We're going to keep on covering it. If you're watching this pre-recorded on YouTube, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. It costs you nothing, and it helps me immensely, okay? We film these videos live, so make sure you hit the notification bell so you could be here next time we're live. Also, this is real independent media. I have no fucking funding. I could barely afford to pay the rent. So if you do want to help this channel financially, there's a couple of ways that you could do it. Become a patron on Patreon for $5. Big shout out to the patrons. Become a member on YouTube for $5. Big shout out to the members. You could buy some Valenti Videos merch down below. You could use a 40% off discount for Ground News located down below in the description. Other than that, click that video that's going to pop up over there. I promise you, it's a fucking banger. I'll catch you later, you dirty commie. Oh, hi, Jeff. Hi, Jeff. Bean. Hi. Come here. Hi. Hey, Chris, what do you think about Trump slashing the tariffs on China after realizing how badly he fucked up? It's hilarious. I mean, Trump literally just surrendered to Xi Jinping. The Chinese have him in, like, his nuts in his fucking hands. Stop defending these people, Chris. Jeez. Are you talking about Kilmar Abrego Garcia? You're talking about Kilmar Abrego Garcia? You're saying I should stop defending him because he's a terrorist? Are you saying that Kilmar Abrego Garcia is a terrorist? Hi, Bean. Hi. Okay, so here's the thing, Jeff. If you truly believe he's a terrorist, why do you believe he's a terrorist? Is there evidence of this? Was there due process afforded to him? Because I haven't seen any of this evidence that you're claiming. Where is the evidence? Terrorism is the use of violence to achieve political goals. That is true, but that's the UN definition of terrorism. Tattoos. Judges ruled that he was. So, Jeff, that is incorrect. I'm not giving you my opinion on this. I'm just telling you that's incorrect. No judge has ruled that this man is a terrorist. No judge has ruled that he was a part of MS-13. There was even a holding order in place to prevent him from being deported to El Salvador because of MS-13. That's not my opinion on the case. This is just verifiable fact. You trousist sympathizer. Huh. Okay. I hope you get better. I don't know what the fuck that is. Huh. But I do want to show one thing here. Hold on. Just because I want to see if you guys are... We're going to play a game called Are You Smarter Than Donald Trump? Okay? We're going to play a quick game called Are You Smarter Than Donald Trump? Okay? Are there any Trump supporters in here? Is there a Trump supporter in the chat? I want to see if you are smarter than Donald Trump. Jeffrey! Jeffrey, can we get a hardcore I love Donald Trump? Can we get a, so that we know it's you? Can we get a hardcore, I love Donald Trump? Can we get one of those? Come on, Jeff. Jeffy. Jeffy. Hell yeah, Jeff. All right, Jeff. Here is your question. Welcome to Are You Smarter Than Donald Trump? There's only one question. When you look at this photo, Jeff, thank you for the $10 donation, Momo VT. Here's the question, Jeff. You see the MS-13 here? Do you think that that is real? Or do you think that that is doctored onto the photo? What do you think? Come on, Jeff. Come on, Jeff. Come on, Jeff. Come on, Jeff. Photoshopped, of course. Oh, so you are smarter than Donald Trump. Congratulations, Jeff. You won. You've won absolutely nothing. But you are, in fact, smarter than Donald Trump. Congratulations. Hell yeah. Wait a minute. Jeff might not know that Trump thinks it's real. Jeff may not know this because this is something we see often with Trump supporters. They don't see the things we see. They might not have seen the interview. Jeff, do you know what we're talking about here? Chris, saw your TikTok on the spending bill. Page 23 had no tax on tips. No, it didn't. I actually read the entire bill. That no tax on tips is literally about bonuses for people who make more than $130,000 a year, because the billionaire class, those wealthy ass people, they believe that those bonuses that you can get at the end of the year should constitute a tip. That's why it says on page 23 that these deductibles do not apply if you make less than $130,000 a year. I read all 393 pages. I hope that helps. Can you bring that up, brother? Oh, Jesus. I don't even know where the fuck to find the entire bill. Oh, Jesus. New Trump tax bill. Yeah. Let's see if we could find something on. We're on CBS right now. Dude, you libs all lock the same Lamau no testosterone. What? Huh? Dude, are you okay? What the fuck was that? What the fuck? Jeff, I thought we were on a roll here. Just a observing. Jeff, I thought we were on a roll here. I thought you and I were getting along, man. What the fuck, Jeff? What the fuck, dude? What was that? What was that for? Oh, Jesus Christ. Sorry, bud. It's okay. I forgive you. Dude, I still can't believe that this thing is called the One Big Beautiful Bill. I still can't believe that's the real fucking name of it. What did you say? Did you say page 23? I'm not here to bring insults, only if I got to. Okay.
Flint and steel, chicken jockey, I am Steve.
Somewhere in there. I'm looking, Jeff. I'm looking for you. We'll see if we can find it. This is a very long document, though, okay? This is a very long document. How do you search? What is it? How do you search for a word? Anybody know how to search for a word? Control F. Oh, not tax. Tips. Section. Oh, wait. So it's going to show up a couple of times. Oh, is this it? This is it. Okay, let's read it. All right, folks. We're going to read. We are going to actually read this. Let me record. Yeah, buddy. Boom. Brother, we're going to read this together. Hi there. Welcome to the Valenti VOD. I'm your perfect and humble leader, Chris Valenti. And, the Republican new tax bill just dropped. And as you've probably seen on TikTok, it doesn't include no tax on tips, doesn't include no tax on overtime, and it doesn't include no income tax, right? But as the Republicans do, they did use the verbiage, the words, because they know that that's all their fucking voters are going to do is essentially it's like reading the fucking headline of an article and not reading the article in and of itself. But upon further inspection, this whole idea of no tax on tips is a way of helping the billionaire class pocket their more money through their bonuses, right? So, like people who make more than $130,000 a year, people who make a whole lot of fucking money, they receive these weird bonuses at the end of the year. It'd be like a $50,000 bonus, right? They pay taxes on that. And the whole point of what we're looking at is that the no tax on tips line, that keyword, that buzzword, those buzzwords, was not designed for you. It was designed for the incredibly rich. So we've got the actual, it's literally called One Big Beautiful Bill. I'm being so fucking dead ass. It is literally called One Big Beautiful Bill. Oh, for the billionaires, mind you. So let's read this. Before we do, let me remind you to like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, do all that shit. Okay, let's start reading it. So this is what is this? Section 110101001110. No tax on tips. Current law, not applicable. Provision.
This provision creates an above-the-line deduction for qualified tips received by an individual in an occupation which traditionally and customarily receives tips during a taxable year. Now, real quick, I do want to notice, Jeff, are you already starting to feel a little wheezy? Because what is a qualified tip? Are you starting to feel a little bit wheezy yet? Luigi, do hai ras, likiri. Jeff, is that bothering you just yet? Jeff is a guy in the chatter. All right, he's a chatter. Luigi, do hai ras! Come sie hier aus? Nine sprechen Sie. Anyway. In order to be considered a qualified tip, the tip amount must be paid voluntarily, is not subject to negotiation, and is determined by the payer. The deduction is allowed for both employees receiving a W-2 and independent contractors receiving a 1099-K, 1099 NEC, or reported by the taxpayer on Form 4317. Qualified tips must be received voluntarily by an individual in an occupation that traditionally and customarily receives tips on or before December 31st, 2024, as provided by the Secretary of Treasury. So what does that mean? Qualified tips must be received voluntarily by an individual in an occupation that traditionally receives tips on or before December. So any person who got a job since January 2025, this does not apply to. Okay, that's very interesting. Furthermore, qualified tips do not include any amount received in the course of a specified service, trade, or business as denied in Internal Revenue Code Section 199A D2. I wonder which jobs those include, because I'm willing to bet money that it doesn't include the fucking 1%. Additionally, highly compensated employees or workers with earned income exceeding the dollar amount in effect under IRC Section 414 are ineligible to receive the deduction. Wait a minute. Hey, Jeff. Hello?
What the fuck? What the fuck just happened? Okay. I think I fixed it. Sorry. I fixed it. Oh. Sorry, guys. Has Jeff resorted to screaming Trump 2028? MAGA goes, Lamau, stupid liberal stump. All right, anyway. Let's go back. Okay, listen to this. All right, so with earned income exceeding the dollar amount in effect under IRC Section 1 are ineligible to receive the deduction. So what is this? Employees considered highly compensated for the preceding year. Okay. The dollar amount is set at $80,000, but is adjusted annually for inflation. So okay, so if you make $80,000 a year, or it's based on inflation, I wonder what would it be today?
Chris struggling to find a way to make Jeff look bad as he reads something that proves Jeff right? Brother, this does not apply to you. You are still going to have to pay your tax on tips. If you can read what we are reading and you think that this applies to you, you are absolutely out of your mind. Jeff said, Chris, why you cut the cameras? What happened, buddy? Jeff, do you actually think that I did that on purpose? Are you serious? Are you dead ass? Are you for real, brother? See, Yuo got scarred that you were wrong. Are you good? Are you good right now, dog? Are you okay? Oh. Oh. Oh shit, I might be having a tornado come through my area. Be careful. Be careful. Did you see the story about a brain-dead woman that's being kept on life support for the fetus? I did. She's being used as a incubator, essentially. It's fucking disgusting. Let me see if I can pull that up. Rump sup ritters are smarter than you. You know it, brother. You know it, brother. Okay. All right. Let's cover this. So the Trump regime and these pro-forced birth activists, they are forcing a woman who is literally brain dead to give birth to her child. They're using her as an incubator, despite the fact that she went through a medical emergency and is quite literally brain dead. They are violating her body and continuing the pregnancy, despite the fact that the family is vehemently against this. It is state law down in Georgia. And we're going to cover that. Welcome to the Valenti VOD. I'm your perfect and humble leader, Chris Valenti. Before we start, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. It costs you nothing, and it helps me immensely. But let's just dive right into this crazy fucking shit. Brain-dead woman must carry fetus to birth because of Georgia's abortion ban, hospital tells family. A pregnant woman in Georgia was declared brain dead after a medical emergency and has been kept on life support for 3 months by doctors to allow enough time for the baby to be born and comply with Georgia's strict anti-abortion law, family members say. The case is the latest consequence of abortion bans introduced in some states since the Supreme Court overturned Roe v. Wade 3 years ago. Adriana Smith, a 30-year-old mother and nurse, was declared brain dead, meaning she is legally dead. In February, her mother, April Newkirk, told Atlanta TV station WXIA. Newkirk said her daughter had intense headaches more than 3 months ago and went to Atlanta's Northside Hospital, where she received medication and was released. The next morning, her boyfriend woke up to her gasping for air and called 911. Emory University Hospital determined she had blood clots in her brain, and she was later declared brain dead. Newkirk said Smith is now 21 weeks pregnant. Removing breathing tubes and other life-saving devices would likely kill the fetus. Neither hospital immediately responded to emails Thursday from the Associated Press. Smith's family says Emory doctors have told them they are not allowed to stop or remove the devices that are keeping her breathing because of a provision in state law that bans abortion after cardiac activity can be detected, generally around 6 weeks into pregnancy. Now, I want to reiterate, this woman is legally dead. She's not coming back. She doesn't get a say on this. This is insane. This is insane. This is dystopian shit. The state laws in Georgia are forcing a dead woman to be an incubator. Oh, dear God Almighty. The law was adopted in 2019, but not enforced until after the U.S. Supreme Court overturned Roe v. Wade in 2022, opening the door to state abortion bans. Georgia's ban includes an exception if an abortion is necessary to maintain the life of a woman. Smith's family, including her 5-year-old son, still visit her in the hospital. Newkirk said doctors told the family that the fetus has fluid on the brain and that they're concerned about his health. Quote, "She's pregnant with my grandson, but he may be blind, may not be able to walk, may not survive once he's born," Newkirk said. Newkirk has not commented on whether the family wants Smith removed from life support. Who has the right to make these decisions? Monica Simpson, executive director of Sister Song, which is the lead plaintiff in a lawsuit challenging Georgia's strict abortion ban, said the situation is problematic. Quote, "Her family deserved the right to have decision-making power about her medical decisions," Simpson said in a statement. Quote, "Instead, they have endured over 90 days of re-traumatization, expensive medical costs, and the cruelty of being unable to resolve and move toward healing." This is some of like the strangest shit I've ever seen. How this is like a sign of de-evolution, that a society can get to the point where they are legally forcing a brain-dead woman to carry her fetus to term despite the fact that she's only 9 weeks pregnant and she's brain dead, and meanwhile it's not even going to be free. The family is going to have to pay the medical bills, but they don't even get to make a say. They don't. What the fuck? Dude, this is such an insane, like, and this is why I say to people, guys, you are not pro-life. You are pro-forced birth, okay? Because if you're forced, if I ask you, I say, do you support a woman's right to get an abortion if her life is at risk, right? Where if we don't do this abortion, she will die. 9 out of 10 times, people who are like Trump supporters, they'll say like, okay, in that case, yeah, she should be allowed to get an abortion. Okay, so what you're saying is that you support abortions. You support the right to have one. You just disagree on when you should be allowed to have it. You understand? There's a fundamental, if you don't believe in a woman's right to get an abortion whatsoever, that's not being pro-life. That means you support legislation that would force pregnant women to give birth. That's what you're saying. That's what you're saying. You support forcing pregnant women to give birth. That is so fucking demented. That is so fucking demented. That is so unbelievably fucking demented. Oh, God. Anyway, listen, if you're watching this pre-recorded on YouTube, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. It costs you nothing, helps me immensely. I know this is a short video, but we got a lot to cover tonight. I'm live right now, so I'm going to keep it going. Thank you. Hit that video over there. I promise you it's a fucking banger. Unbelievable.
How do you know she ain't want the child? It doesn't matter if she wants the child. And you support legislation that says it doesn't matter whether she wants it or not. You want her to be forced to carry that baby. That literally doesn't matter. You want her to be forced to give birth to that child. Saving lives, more like. Jeff, I'm going to ask you a very simple question. It's a yes or no question. Would you support legislation that forces pregnant women to give birth? Forces them to. It's a very simple question. It's a yes or no question. No? Holy shit. I expected you to say yes. Okay, so you are pro-choice. You believe that women should have the right to get an abortion if they would like to. Curtis Yarvin is the father of the neo-reactionary movement, tech feudalism. Chief Justice says the rule of law is in danger. I know. I saw that fucking video. It's so fucking stupid. It's like, oh, really? Now the rule of law is in danger? Only abortions in life-threatening cases and rape. Okay, so you do believe that you do support legislation that forces women to give birth. You do support it then. Why did you say no? You support forcing women to give birth, whether or not they want to. You don't care about what they want. What are you talking about? James Comey, an 8647 post. What is an 8647 post? Fuck does that even mean? Oh, 86? Like in a restaurant? Like when you 86 something off the menu? Is that what that is? Like 8647 because he's president 47? Is that what that is? And they're saying that's a threat of violence? What? That's the cheesiest shit ever.
All fascist regimes rise to power by promising to clean out the rot of the state, to drain the swamp, so to speak. They're not wrong about the swamp. It's what they replace it with. So what he replaces it with is people who are personally loyal. And that's what's dangerous when you have all sorts of unconstitutional measures being carried out.
RFK Poop River? Huh? I gotta crank the AC, by the way. It's hot as fucking here. Hold on. RFK is the head of HHS, right?
It looks like an idyllic family outing, but that creek that RFK Jr. is splashing around in isn't exactly pristine. In fact, it's a sewer runoff and is polluted with widespread...
Okay, hold on. RFK and his family just swam in shit water. Hi, how are you? Welcome to the Valenti VOD. I'm your perfect and humble leader, Chris Valenti. I'm not kidding. The head of HHS, RFK, the guy who's in charge of health, he just took his children to swim in sewage water. What the fuck? This is going to be a very short video, but this is fucking insane. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Let's just watch a little bit of Inside Edition's coverage of...
So RFK, he said, guys, why don't you come play in the water with me? The water, it only has a little bit of shit and blood and piss in it. And I made a deal with Poseidon long ago, and he said that we will not get sick from the water as long as I sacrificed a whale every month.
It looks like an idyllic family outing, but that creek that RFK Jr. is splashing around in isn't exactly pristine. In fact, it's a sewer runoff and is polluted with widespread fecal contamination.
Widespread fecal contamination.
For 50 years, the city of Washington has said you can't swim in these waters. It's not safe.
The controversial U.S. Health Secretary was with his grandkids and other family members here at Dumbarton Oaks Park in
Real
Washington.
quick, Chatter says, I want to tell you not to have kids, but there's no way anyone's going to fuck you. Brother, my dick is still wet from your mother's pussy this morning.
D.C. He posted the images on Mother's Day. But the creek has high levels of bacteria that make swimming, wading, and other contact with the water a hazard to human and pet health. That according to the National Park Service. Yes, even dogs should steer clear of the water.
Apparently that message was not directed at me. It was directed at a MAGA chatter. I revoke what I said.
Swimming and wading are banned. But in this photo, RFK Jr. is totally submerged. Check out the headlines. Kennedy swims in Washington Creek that flows with sewage and bacteria. And this, sewage-tainted creek. Marchant Wentworth is an environmental consultant.
Is it safe to swim in this creek?
It is not safe to swim in because of high bacterial levels that make people sick.
Listen, Bobby, I need you to get in the water. I am hungry, and I crave new hosts.
Brother, I guarantee you his fucking worm was what drove him in there, you know? Like... Like, ordering him to get in the bacteria water because worm daddy needs fucking shit nourishment. Oh my god. I know this is an absolute nothing burger of a story, but I'm still fucking covering it, and I'm posting this video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and click that fucking video over there. I promise you it's a fucking banger. That's the stupidest fucking shit ever. I love propaganda. Oh. All right, I have to make this rabbit hole, okay? We're making a rabbit hole, okay? Gotta make this rabbit hole. Daddy's gotta make a rabbit hole. You know what I'm saying? What's going on? What's going on in the chat? Are you guys threatening to fight each other? What are you doing? All right. One second, guys. All right, so listen. It's time to do research, okay? So what we are going to do is talk about why the Nazis baked the word socialism into their movement, right? Because as you guys know, the Nazis, their long name was the National Socialists, right? The National Socialist Party, right? They weren't socialist. In fact, the first people that they fucking rounded up were the socialists and the communists. They didn't practice socialism whatsoever. And the whole reason behind this was because of the failure of capitalism over the past 12 to 13 years under the Weimar Republic. And as we saw this disaster after World War I that led to this financial ruin of the German population, right? So we're going to talk about all of that, and we're going to gather the intel, get some links together, and we're going to make a rabbit hole, okay? So the first thing that we're going to have to talk about is, I guess, they were socialist. Okay. That's the whole point of the video that we're making, is that they weren't socialists. And I'm sure you probably love AI, like Grok or Gemini or ChatGPT. Even they would disagree with you. The Nazis were not socialists. They did use the name socialist in order to gain traction among the German workers, right? That's how they got voted into power. But again, your opinion on this doesn't matter. This is verified history. Why they use a socialist name, though. That's what we're making this video about, Jeff. You are the reason why we're making this video. They use the name socialist in order to get voted into power. Because over the past 13 years in Germany, there was financial ruin, all blamed on capitalism, right? So when Hitler first tried to rise to power, the number one party was socialism and the number two party was communism, right? So to run under the guise of capitalism would have not gotten them any views, right? What the fuck is going on? Wouldn't have gotten them any votes. Anyway. We weren't there. Yes, but historians were. Here, even just look at this, brother. This is just the quick AI overview. The Nazis' use of socialist in their party name and rhetoric was primarily a strategic move to gain a wider appeal, primarily among working-class voters, rather than a reflection of genuine commitment to socialist principles. That's the entire fucking point. Okay. Now we're also going to need a little bit of the Weimar Republic. A little bit of that. A little bit of Dolchstoss. Chris, lying on the internet is not good. I'm gonna report you to CIA and ICE. All right, brother. Appreciate it. Tell him I say hello. It's either capitalism or communism, and socialism leads more towards communism. That's part of the problem, MAGA, is that you believe that it's either capitalism or communism. No, there are ways that you can fix the system. For example, we live in a capitalist nation, but we have Social Security. Social Security is a good thing, across the board. Everybody agrees that Social Security is a good thing. That is a socialist policy. We have SNAP benefits, food stamps. Those are socialist policies. Socialism is evil. Jeff, what is socialism? Jeff, tell me right now. Making stuff all owned by the government, like don't tread on me. Yeah, that's not at all what socialism is. No wonder you think it's evil. You don't know what it is. Ho, 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 ho. I need this login link. Give me a second, guys. Sorry. Successfully logged in. Bro, it is so fucking hot in here for some stupid fucking reason. I gotta blast the AC. Dude, maybe me being hot has something to do with the fucking magic mushrooms I ate. It probably fucking does. Yeah, probably. Yep, probably. Okay, that's in. We're good there. We are good. We are good, we are good, we are good. All right, so Nazism, socialism, the Weimar Republic, Dolchstoss myth, the rise of socialism in the 1900s, the SPD. Chris, did you skip cardio? Gotta remember cardio. I did not skip cardio. I do cardio every time I work out. Thank you for the $5 donation, Seymour Butts.
Chris, I love your stuff. Please gives Luigi a belly rub for me. I will. Thank you very much. Richard Wolf. That was loud. All right, fuck it. Rise of the SPD, and then Adolf Hitler. All right, let's make this fucking video. Oh, we got Awoo? We got some Awoos in the chat? Do we have a Turbo Wolf in the chat? It's Koofs! Welcome back, Koofs! Welcome back, brother. Awoo! If I'm the beta, then why do I have the Turbo Wolf tattooed on me, brother? That doesn't really make any fucking sense, dude. That's the fucking Turbo Wolf, dog. Which means that I must be the Turbo Wolf. That's how it goes. That's a cringe tattoo. That's the Turbo tattoo. Okay? Which means that I'm top dog. From here on out, you better start sniffing my ass. Anyway, we got a video to make. Us MAGA men don't need tattoos to show our strength. You're right, brother. You and the rest of the MAGA men all kissing each other. Good boy. Anyway, we have a video to make, my brother, so we got to get focused, okay? We got to get focused. We're making some history, man. We're making some history content. Anyway, let's make this video. Hi there. Welcome to Rabbit Hole. I'm your perfect and humble leader, Chris Valenti, and today we're going to be diving into the rabbit hole of Nazism versus socialism, right? Because as maybe you've been seeing, because I see it a lot, you know, I go live and I'm a socialist. More and more people nowadays have this weird conflation where they genuinely believe that the Nazis were socialists, right? And I don't blame them for thinking that, considering that was the whole point of calling themselves the Nazis, the National Socialist Party, right? Essentially what I'm trying to say is that in the year of our Lord, 2025, people are falling for German propaganda that was concocted in the 1930s. Problem is, that propaganda was so effective that it actually got Hitler in power, okay? So clearly, some things never fucking change. But we're going to dive into this rabbit hole talking about how the Nazis were, in fact, not socialist, and even your fucking AI gods agree with me. And how they adopted the name socialist in order to gain more power, in order to gain votes from the working class after the fucking failure of capitalism under the Weimar Republic over the past, like, 30 goddamn years. So we're going to dive into this. Before we do, let me remind you to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. It's going to cost you nothing, and it's going to help me immensely. On top of that, that's a burp. On top of that, this is real independent media. I've got no funding. So if you do want to help the channel, there's a couple of ways you could do it. You could become a patron on Patreon for $5. You could become a member on YouTube for $5. You could buy some of that Valenti Videos merch right down below, and you can use that 40% off discount code for the Vantage subscription on Ground News. Anyway,
let's just dive right into it with, some fucking history real quick. I know we're on the wiki for you, but this is what we've had to resort to. Nazism, or Nazism, whichever one you want to fucking pronounce it. National Socialism and Nazi, okay? Nazism, formerly named National Socialism, Nationalsozialismus, is the far-right totalitarian socio-political ideology and practices associated with Adolf Hitler and the Nazi Party. So immediately, we run into a problem, which is that the National Socialists of Germany were a far-right totalitarian ideology. Meanwhile, socialism, as we all know, is a very left-leaning ideology, okay? Now, we're going to dive more into the history here. This is just the bare bones, okay? During Hitler's rise to power in 1930s Europe, it was frequently referred to as Hitler fascism and Hitlerism. The same like how nowadays, like, Trump is not a Republican. This is Trumpism, right? The term neo-Nazism is applied to other far-right groups with similar ideology which formed after World War II and after Nazi Germany collapsed. Nazism is a form of fascism, okay? Now, real quick, guys, fascism is antithetical to socialism. Socialism and fascism are two completely antithetical ideologies, okay? Socialism, which we will cover, we have the Wikipedia, it is about the democratization of the workforce. It is about creating social programs that help the most marginalized members of the community. It is not about throwing fucking millions of people into gas chambers, okay? The entire point of hiding behind the guise of socialism was to gain votes. Anyway, Nazism is a form of fascism with disdain for liberal democracy and the parliamentary systems. Its beliefs include support for dictatorship, fervent anti-Semitism, anti-communism, anti-Slavism, anti-Romani sentiment, scientific racism, white supremacy, Nordicism, social Darwinism, homophobia, ableism, and the use of eugenics. Okay? Now, this is where we start to see a little bit of the history here. And this is available on the motherfucking Wikipedia. The extreme nationalism of the Nazis originated in pan-Germanism and the ethno-nationalist Völkisch movement, which had been a prominent aspect of German ultranationalism since the late 19th century. So this is important, okay? In the beginning of the 19th century, right, the 1800s, Germany was incredibly far behind the rest of its neighbors, right? France, specifically the UK, Spain, they had outmatched Germany because up until this point, Germany didn't exist, okay? There was different tribes, different Germanic peoples all throughout Germany who had differing ideologies, but they were not unified, right? So what's funny about this is the comparison between the United States and Germany in the mid-1800s, okay? In the mid-1800s, Germany wasn't unified, but neither was the United States, right? We had been going through a fucking civil war. We were nowhere near the economic powerhouse that we are now. We were not the world's superpower. In the 1800s, the British were. Nobody could outmatch the British Navy. I mean, for fuck's sake, they say that the sun never sets on the British Empire. And it's because of how much land they had colonized that by the time the sun sets somewhere in the British Empire, it's rising somewhere else in the British Empire, right? So Germany can see everybody else is outclassing them. And finally, in the, I believe it's the 1870s, Germany unifies, right? And they adopt capitalism. Right? And almost immediately, Germany becomes the powerhouse of Europe. You probably heard this all the time in history class. The German people, they sort of found a unifying cause over becoming a serious nation when they're surrounded by all these nations who have hundreds of years of colonization and imperialism baked behind them, right? So when the Germans start to unify and they get the lumber mills, they get the Rhinelands, they get the mines, they start pumping out all of this profit. The German people who remember not being unified, they're incredibly frugal, right? So they start to save up all of this money. They start creating generational wealth to pass on to their children and their grandchildren because they're a newly formed nation, right? And this new German empire under the Kaiser, right, which is just German for Caesar, right, or for Tsar, right? The German Kaiser is leading these very proud people, a newly wealthy people, an economic powerhouse into a war. Because every empire needs a war. And what is this war? World War I. And the Germans get absolutely fucking bodied on the battlefield. But while the German soldiers are getting fucking milked on the battlefield, the German people are all being fed bullshit propaganda of glorious victory in the battlefield, right? So this is the point I'm trying to make. Well, they're living under this capitalist organization of the economy and this new empire that is leading them into this glorious war. Suddenly, it all comes crashing down. The Germans surrender, right? The Germans surrender. The war is over. They have fucking lost. And now the winners of the war, right? We're going to leave America out of this, but England and France, they borrowed a fuckload of money from the United States in order to win this war, right? They say to Germany, hey, you got to give us all of that money so that we could pay back the United States. But Germany doesn't have that money. So Germany borrows that money from the United States. Okay, so not only is this video going to show you about the rise of the Nazis, but it's also about how the United States made our money. Starting off with lending money to absolutely everybody in the beginning of World War I. Not lending money, lending weapons to them. But anyway, so when World War I ends and the German people are met with this devastating defeat, right? They blame everything on the leadership, right? And it's called there's also this myth that spreads. It's called the Dolchstoß myth, and I'm going to show you this. Dolchstoß translates to the stab in the back myth, or the backstab myth, right? It was an anti-Semitic, anti-communist conspiracy theory that was widely believed and promulgated in Germany after 1918. It maintained that the Imperial German Army did not lose World War I on the battlefield, but was instead betrayed by certain citizens on the home front, especially Jews, revolutionary socialists who fomented strikes and labor unrest, and Republican politicians who had overthrown the House of Hohenzollern in the German Revolution of 1918 to 1919. Advocates of the myth denounced the German government leaders who had signed the armistice of November 1918, right? So the Weimar Republic is kind of forming after the end of World War I, and it's a capitalist organization of the economy, and they're borrowing all this money from the United States, and there's racism and hatred fermenting all throughout Germany because of the loss of World War I, right? And then when we hit the 1920s, 1929, we get the Great Depression. The U.S. stock market fucking collapses. When we get inflation, we're already loaning fucking billions of dollars to the Germans. So when we get inflation, they get hyperinflation. All of that generational wealth that we were talking about, that the newly formed German people had been developing to pass down to their kids under this great capitalist economy, it all went to shit. All the money that these people that their grandparents had been saving them was worth a loaf of bread, right? So practically overnight, right, in Germany in the late 1920s, early 1930s, the people turn their back on capitalism. They say capitalism caused this fucking problem. Borrowing money from America and having to pay back all of these nations and this fucking war and empire and conquest and all this shit, it caused the problems. So the Germans, they start to turn away from capitalism, and you start to see the rise of the SPD, the Social Democratic Party of Germany, okay? So this is established in 1863. It becomes the largest socialist party in Europe of the 19th century, gaining significant influence in the Reichstag. Their rise was fueled by a combination of factors, including the lifting of anti-socialist laws, the party's focus on building working-class organizations, and their growing popularity among the working class. Now, why is this? It's because socialism is the only political movement that cares about the working class, right? So when they saw that capitalism had failed, they immediately said, all right, we need unions. If these fucking people that we elected can't do this, then we can do this ourselves. The working class needs the power because we are the power. The 97% of the fucking people in this nation who are the working class are the ones who keep this goddamn ship afloat, right? So we start to see the rise of socialism and communism in Germany throughout the 1920s, right? Meanwhile, there is a very angry Austrian man who served in the German army, and his name is Adolf Hitler, right? And he is a spy for the Weimar Republic, right? And he's sent to go infiltrate this new socialist party that's on the rise called the National Socialists, right? Adolf Hitler, as a spy investigating the National Socialist Party, fell for the propaganda that he ended up dispelling, which was that the Nazis were men of the people, right? So Hitler goes to this beer hall putsch, he gets all fucking drunk, and he gives this speech because suddenly he agrees with everything of this party that he's sent to investigate. And the people in there, like the right-hand men, Göring, Goebbels, Himmler, right? They see, okay, this may be our loudspeaker. This may be the megaphone of the movement. All we have to do is bake our fascist ideology and into a socialist cake. Convince the people who are clearly voting for socialists and communists that we, in fact, are socialists. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Because nothing, let me bring up the definition, some socialism here for you, right? Socialism is an economic and political philosophy encompassing diverse economic and social systems, characterized by social ownership and the means of production, as opposed to private ownership. The Nazis practiced capitalism to extreme lengths. I mean, for fuck's sake, Volkswagen, right? Even the term Volkswagen, the people's car. I mean, the Volksgewehr, the people's gun. It was all guised with being for the people, for the people. Meanwhile, these are private companies, right? And the people are paying the price of the private companies waging fucking war. Who do you think put engines inside of Tiger tanks, bro? It was Porsche. Who do you think made the uniforms for the Nazis? It was Hugo Boss. Who do you think made the fucking shoes? It was Adidas. And the cars were Volkswagen. This is... The entire Nazi ideology is reliant on hyper-capitalism, which is why when their supply lines started to collapse, so did the Nazis themselves. They didn't have workers-owned unions. They didn't have a workers-owned economy. Everything was controlled by the Fuhrer. Hence his fucking nickname, the Fuhrer. When it comes to Adolf Hitler, right? We got him as a jump scare, Hitler, right? Hitler was in no way a socialist. He hated the communists. When the Nazis burnt down the Reichstag, right, which was a false flag operation, the people they blamed it on were the socialists and the communists. The first fucking people that the Nazis rounded up were the socialists and the communists. Nothing about their ideology has anything to do with the democratization of the workforce or the reallocation of wealth or, you know, creating fucking social safety nets for the marginalized members of our communities. I mean, guys, for fuck's sake, do I need to tell you what the Nazis did to marginalized members of their communities? Do I genuinely need to tell you that? I feel like I shouldn't have to tell you that. I genuinely do. Okay, so listen, I know this is a very short rabbit hole episode, but you know, we put it together with fucking sticks and pen and glue here. But at the end of the day, guys, facts do not care about your feelings, and what I want to show you to close this out is using the AI. Okay, I know that a lot of right-wing chuds they praise AI to be this new god, and I just want to show you what happens if you ask, like, Gemini, were the Nazis socialists? Now, what Gemini here is going to say is, yeah, well, they had socialist in the name, but no, they did not practice socialism whatsoever. She's going to say everything that I just fucking told you, but a little bit shorter. While the Nazi Party's full name was the National Socialist German Workers' Party, historians widely agree that the Nazis were not socialist in any meaningful sense of the term. Okay? You guys can pull this up if you want to see how a fucking AI would teach it to you, but we're going to cover just the beginning here. The Nazis were vehemently anti-Marxist, opposed to the fundamental tenets of socialism, such as class equality, internationalism, and the abolition of private property. I mean, the use of socialism for propaganda. The inclusion of socialists in their name was a strategic move to attract working class voters and to differentiate themselves from traditional conservative parties who had failed Germany over the past 30 goddamn years. It was a cynical manipulation of language to gain popular support. That's literally everything that I just told you over the past 16 and a half minutes. Okay? Thank you for tuning into the rabbit hole. I love you all. I'm taking Sunday off, as I always do. I'll catch you guys on Monday. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. It costs you nothing, and it helps me immensely. Also, hit that video right over there. I promise you it's an absolute fucking banger. You have a good one, handsome. All right, that one's going to be great. That one's going to be great. Master Kanda, Chris, I do have some disagreements with me. I would like to talk. What's your disagreement? Today's news is actually insane. Which news? All of it? Yeah. Hitler was a Democrat puppet. What? Are you trolling? Are you trolling or are you serious? Have you seen Mother? No, I have not. Thank you for the cookie. On Trump, I'm on the fence. There's a lot of propaganda, but I ain't sure. Brother, if you still support Trump this late in the game, you're either a fascist or you're a fucking idiot. I can't help you. You're either knowingly fascist or unknowingly fascist. That's it. It's a fake account that was just made. That's strange. I banned it? That's so weird. Anyway, let's get these videos uploaded, and I need to make some thumbnails, so we're going to lose a bit of frames while I do this, but that's okay. What was this one about? Not my frames! Oh. I think the first video we made was about Christy Nome. Yeah, it's time for some Thummy Thursdays, boys. Nice Thummy Thursday. Thought you support free speech. Why ban? Brother, apparently that was a new account that was just made like 5 minutes ago. It was probably some sort of like weird stalker type shit. But also, wait, question, MAGA, I have a question for you. If I banned you from this chat for no reason, would you think that was a violation of your First Amendment rights? Yes? Jack, ban this fucking loser. If he actually thinks fucking ban him. Ban him. Just for shits and giggles. Fucking ban him.
It is banning someone because of difference is a violation.
Koofs, real quick. Do you think that if I banned you from this chat, it would be a violation of your First Amendment rights? Do you think that, Koofs? Well, no, but it's kind of rude. Okay, then you could stay. You can stay. You're not that stupid, Koofs. You may be an asshole, but at least you're not that fucking stupid. Because, like, dude, real talk for a second. If that was a violation of your First Amendment rights, why the fuck would I be able to do it? Why the fuck would I be able to do it? All right, so this is going to be Valenti VOD episode 121. What games do you like to play? Games. I like games. Chris, I really think you need to turn to God and Trump. You're smart and trying to help, dude. No thanks, bro. I don't like Donald Trump. And I am religious. I'm just not Christian, dude. I don't praise your God. Is that such a big fucking deal? You do know there's other religions, right? Oh, I'm not showing you guys what I'm doing. Sorry. Just realized that. There we go. Let's save that. Okay.
Do you think habeas corpus will actually be suspended, or is it just political theater to scare the government into submission? No, I don't think any of it is political theater. The United States is already a dictatorship. The Supreme Court ruled 9-0 that Trump had to return Kilmar Abrego Garcia. He refused to do it. If the Supreme Court cannot rule over a president, then that is not a president, that is a dictator. The United States has fallen. It is not like fascism is on its way. Fascism is here. It's over. It's absolutely over. All you can do now is fight against it. You can't prevent it. Okay. So this will be called Kristi Noem, and then in parentheses, Kristi Noem, we're going to call it, or Satan's concubine herself. Yeah, I like that. Kristi Noem, and then in parentheses, Satan's concubine herself refuses to answer, refuses to tell the truth. Why insult young women? Be respectful of a strong woman in government. Nah, that bitch can suck my dick. Fuck Kristi Noem. I'm going to make the description. Kristi Noem is a laminated-faced plastic... No, is a laminated-faced cunt. Kristi Noem is a laminated-faced cunt with more microplastic in her body than the entirety of... who's the company that makes Barbie dolls? Who's the company that makes Barbie dolls? Thanks, Seymour Butts. I appreciate that. Mattel. All right, so the description is, Kristi Noem is a laminated-faced cunt with more microplastic in her body than the entirety of Mattel. Of Mattel Toy Company's history. Than the entirety of Mattel Toy Company. There we go. Who was it? Who said respect? Oh, it was Koofs. Koofs, do you like that description? Kristi Noem is a laminated-faced cunt with more microplastic in her body than the entirety of Mattel Toy Company. Do you like that one, Koofs? Does that one piss you off? Do you think that one is, like, incredibly rude? Do you think that one's real fucked up? Yes? Fuck yeah. Thank you. Dude, please don't ban this guy. He's perfect for what I need right now. That's perfect, right? You're like, that shit's fucking degrade. That's hateful. That's perfect, right? Thank you. All right. You think Congress will bend the knee on habeas corpus? I do. I do. It's rude, Chris, to put government and our leaders, don't disrespect them, or Trump. Trump, himself, can get on his knees and throat my cock. He can cradle my fucking balls while he throats my shit. The President of the United States can blow me. Does that make you feel better? Does that make you feel better? Is that okay? You like that one? right, so that's up and running. But now we need one more thumbnail and a video for tomorrow. So which video should we do? Thanks, Wilfred Morales. I appreciate that. These pro-forced birth activists, they are forcing a woman who is literally brain... Yeah, we're going to do that one. Okay, we're going to need a thumbnail for this one of a brain dead patient. Yeah, we're making another thumbie. We are making another thumbie. We've been live for an hour and a half. I also want to take this moment of silence to remind you that anybody and everybody who still supports Donald Trump is a Nazi. And I mean that through and through. Nazis do not deserve respect. Nazis do not deserve safety. Nazis do not deserve anything. Okay? Just want to remind you. Koofs is also a Nazi. He said earlier in a chat, he said he's a proud white supremacist and a proud Nazi. He said he hates all Jews. He did say that. I have proof of that. No need for me to show you the proof. My word is God. He said it. He said it. I know, the way people are proud to be Nazis is fucking disgusting. Koofs, are you saying that I'm lying? That my accusation is incorrect? Koofs, are you saying that I'm lying and that my accusation is incorrect? Yes? Would you like, if this was like law, would you like a chance to defend yourself in a court of law to prove that my accusation of you being like a terrible, terrible, violent, heinous person, would you like a chance to prove that you're not? Yeah, that's called due process, dumbass. Which you say should not be a right. Not illegal? Yes, you are. You are illegal. Guys, Koofs 15 is an illegal immigrant. Somebody should call ICE and report him for being an undocumented. You see that message right there? Koofs 15 just said, I am an undocumented immigrant. Koofs 15 just said that he is an undocumented immigrant. Yeah, report him to ICE. He just said he's an undocumented immigrant. Report him to ICE. Prove it then? Okay. Are you saying you want due process to prove that you're not an illegal immigrant, Koofs? Are you saying that you want due process to prove that you're not an illegal immigrant, Koofs? Starting to feel stupid now, aren't you? You want due process, Koofs? You can't have any, because you're an undocumented immigrant. You can't have any due process. You're an undocumented immigrant. Koofs, you're an undocumented immigrant, dude. What are you going to do? You're going to get deported. Yeah, no, why are we debating? Just get him out of this nation. He's an undocumented immigrant. And I don't need to prove that in a court of law because he's an undocumented immigrant. He doesn't get due process. He can't prove it. I love how this is literally too complex for him. What we're doing right now, just so you know, Koofs, is pretending to be incredibly stupid so that maybe you will understand it. However, there's no degree of stupidity that I could pretend to be that you would understand. You're actually fucking mentally disabled. Think ICE got him? Hope so. Okay. Are you fucking serious? All right, that'll do for tomorrow's video. What gear do you use? I got some shitty Logitech camera. I've got a really nice Shure microphone here on a Focusrite, and that's it. And a fucking dog shit ass Yoga. I've not heard of DeFure's face. All right, this video is going to be called... This is episode 122. It's going to be called MAGA Forces Forces a brain dead... No, hold on. MAGA is using a brain dead woman as an incubator for a fetus. Handmaiden's tail. Koofs is back. Chris, we all know that you lied about me. This is why Trump's right about everything. Fuck, where were we with Koofs? Koofs, you're an undocumented immigrant. You don't get to speak. You're an undocumented immigrant, bro. We already called ICE on you, bro. See your point, but ICE goes after illegals, so... Yes, and you're an illegal immigrant, Koofs. So because you're an illegal immigrant, you will get deported and you don't get due process. How are you not seeing the fucking point here, Koofs? You are an illegal immigrant. You are an illegal immigrant. Because you're an illegal immigrant, I'm getting you reported to ICE, and you're getting deported, and you don't get due process to prove in a court of law that I am lying. How do you not understand this? Are you a fucking idiot? You're illegal then? Now you're getting it, Koofs! If nobody gets to... holy shit, guys, I think he's gonna get it. I think he's about to get it. Koofs, aren't you understanding that now if you accuse somebody of being an illegal immigrant, they don't get due process? Because you're saying illegal immigrants don't get due process? And you need due process to prove if someone's an illegal immigrant? I think you're finally starting to get it, aren't you, dumbass? You're finally starting to understand. Holy fuck. Took you long enough. Holy shit. You finally understand. Charlie Kirk explained this in depth. Why don't you go watch him be cultured? No, you're an undocumented immigrant. I'm not taking any advice from you. You're an undocumented immigrant, and because of that, you're going to be deported. I'm not taking your advice. Also, Koofs, do you have a daughter, Koofs? Do you have a daughter, Koofs? No? Do you have any young women in your family? Like young women children? Like a 10-year-old girl in your family? That you care about? A young sister. Okay, Koofs. If your young sister was raped and impregnated by her rapist, would you force her to give birth to that child? Genuine question. No, that's inhuman. Oh, but Charlie Kirk said so. Charlie Kirk said that if his 9-year-old daughter was raped, he would force her to give birth to the child. And you said that he's so cultured, he's your beacon of intellect. But Charlie Kirk said that about his own daughter. Oh, really, Koofs? You sure you want to take that bet, Koofs? Are you sure you want to take that bet?
Raped. And she was going to give birth, and she would, no, wait, you had a daughter, and she was 10, and she got raped. And she was going to give birth, and she would, no, wait, oh, and she was going to give birth, and she was going to live. Would you want her to go through that and carry her baby?
That's awfully graphic.
But it's a real life scenario that happens to
down.
many people.
The answer is yes, the baby would be delivered.
Oh, okay, great. So that's insane.
There's your beacon of intellect, you fucking piece of shit. That's the man you look up to, you fucking gross piece of shit. Pathetic, gross, fucking subhuman rat. There's your beacon of truth. Fucking inbred. So, Koofs, did what you just saw with your own eyes not happen? Did that not happen? What you just heard with your own ears, that must be fake liberal media, right? Come on, say something, sweet, brave boy. Say something. There's your culture. There's your boy. There's your guy. There's your guy. Koofs, where are you, Koofs? Why did you suddenly get so silent, Koofs? Don't got to support all things, bro, just other stuff. So I'm going to play this again, actually, and you're going to tell me confidently that him saying this didn't cross a line for you, and you're still going to support him. Let's play it again.
But let me tell you why. No, hold on. Let me ask you a question.
You had a daughter and she was 10 and she got raped. And she was going to give birth and she would, and she was going to give birth and she was going to live. Would you want her to go through that and carry her baby?
That's awfully graphic.
But it's a real life scenario that happens to many people.
The answer is yes, the baby would be delivered.
Do you want to know the difference between us, Koofs? I look up to plenty of political commentators. Hassan Piker, Kyle Kolinsky, Cenk Uygur, right? If any of those people said that they would force their 10-year-old daughter to deliver a baby after being raped, I would never support them again. That's the difference between us. I hope that helps. I can see how that would be taken as bad. Koofs, dude, you're a fascist. You're a fascist, Koofs. There's no point in having this conversation. You're a fascist. You're proudly a fucking fascist. Okay, I don't support Kirk anymore. Yeah, but you still support Donald Trump, which makes you a fascist. At this point in the game, you're a fascist. Voting for Donald Trump did not make you a fascist. Still supporting him right now, you are a fascist, Koofs. You are an enemy of the American people. You are a fascist. Your grandparents fought in World War II against fascists. Unlike you, I ain't paid by him. You are paid by the DNC. You actually think I'm paid by the DNC to tell you that the Democratic Party is fucking dog shit and that socialism is the way forward? You fucking brain-dead jelly. You think the DNC is paying me to tell you that Kamala Harris was a dog shit candidate that didn't even get primaried and that Chuck Schumer is a piece of shit and Nancy Pelosi is an insider trader. You think the DNC is paying me to tell people that the Democratic Party is dog shit and that we need socialism to move forward. You actually think this? Bernie and AOC are socialists too. They're Democrat. I don't say this word often or lightly. Koofs, I think you might be retarded. I genuinely do. If you think that Bernie and AOC are cut from the same cloth as Chuck Schumer and Kamala Harris, you might be fucking retarded, dude. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm really fucking sorry. I can't help you. I can't help you. Oh my God. Or they're not Democrats, though. We live in a two-party system. You get to choose between one of two parties to run. Republican or Democrat. If you think that all Republicans think the same, you're an idiot. If you think that all Democrats think the same, you're an idiot. There's a reason we have primaries, dumbass, and it's because different people have different beliefs for moving forward with their party, dumbass. And liberals such as Chuck Schumer, Nancy Pelosi, or Hakeem Jeffries, Kamala Harris, Joe Biden, those are liberals. Then there's socialists like Bernie Sanders and AOC. Those are two different ideologies. Liberalism and socialism, they're different. Did you know that, little buddy? Did you know that? Of course you fucking didn't. Good God. Good fucking God. Holy shit. Oh, geez, he's drunk again. Good deflection, Koofs. That one almost worked. What's crazy is I'm literally on shrooms right now, and I'm still capable of destroying every single one of your political beliefs with fucking ease. Oh, yeah, Koofs 100% believes in eugenics. I'm willing to bet money on that. I'm going to lose frames when I do this. Thank you, Disobedient Avocado, for the $5 DNC check. I know we're losing frames. I'm going to fix it in a second. You got to give me a second. This won't take too long. This won't take too long. I know I'm losing frames. I know. Okay. I should get the frames back now any second. $5 donation from Missing Space. Screw it. Let's keep the DNC pay train going. I really appreciate that, guys. Thank you for paying for me to dispel propaganda. Remember, guys, the more money that I get, the more propaganda I can dispel. So keep on sending that DNC money. Why the fascists pretend to be socialists. We got more DNC money. We've got a $5 donation from The Rain Comes. Take another DNC payment. Hail liberalism. Thank you for the $5 donation. I really do appreciate that. We got a dollar from Silly Little Guy. Thank you, guys. And remember, every last penny that I get will directly go into dispelling communist propaganda. So just keep on sending that money. And also, don't forget, the more money you send, the more angry Koofs gets. Okay? Another $2 donation. Thank you very much for the propaganda money. I need more propaganda money, guys. Keep on sending me propaganda money. How else am I supposed to indoctrinate the youth? Thank you for the $1 donation, Lucky Shroom. That's one more child indoctrinated into Marxist-Leninism. Thank you for the $2 donation, Ove. That is 2 more children indoctrinated into Marxist-Leninism. Keep it up, guys. It only costs $1 to indoctrinate a child into Marxist-Leninism. Keep the money going. Okay, schedule for the 17th at 7 p.m. Got it. Done. Close, close, close. Close everything. There we fucking go. Can we get some W Koofs for jump-starting this donation train? Get some W Koofs for all the propaganda money. W Koofs. Thank you, Koofs. Thank you, Koofs. We got $2 more from Chronicle. Turn those children into socialists. With those $2, I will be able to convert 2 American children from God-fearing Christians into devil-worshipping communists. Thank you very much for that. I appreciate that. We got more money. We got another $3 donation. This one isn't even going to have to do with communism. Those $3 are going to directly go to the Church of Satan. Those $3 will be donated to the Church of Satan. Thank you very much for the $3 that will go to the Church of Satan. Thank you. I appreciate that. The next donation I get will be spent on transing the kids. The next donation I get will be spent on transing the youth. Okay? Yeah, I'm reporting you for money laundering. Guys, start sending me more money for money laundering. People, start donating and say, I'm money laundering this to you. People, please, I need money laundered. I need laundered money. Come on, folks. Get some laundered money up in this bitch. You know how it is. $2. That one's going to trans the kids. That one is going to trans a kid. Those $2 will be transing a child. We got some more money for HRT. We got a $2 donation. That one, I'm sending that one to Gaza. That $2 is going to go to Hamas's condom fund. We're going to spend that $2 on a condom that we will give to Hamas so they can create a bomb out of the condom, and it will use the wind to travel over the border. We got another $2 donation, evidence of money laundering. Thank you. We got another $2 donation, money laundering from Chad Felton. Another $2 donation from Ove telling me to protect the Constitution. That's huge. You got to be protecting the Constitution. Another $2 donation from Tyler Mellon. He says hi, which is code for let's indoctrinate the youth. Another $2 donation from Money Laundered for Your Future Dictatorship. I can't wait to be the God King of mankind. Koof says this is communist fascism at its finest. Ladies and gentlemen, Koofs just said communist fascist. Ladies and gentlemen, can we get some donations to me, the communist fascist? I am the communist fascist. I guess, you know, 我们是镜子里是sang sang，哭着来要照顾老主友，让我们。That's all I got for you, folks, in terms of speaking Chinese. But let's keep the donations going. All this money will directly go into communism. More money, more money, more communism. So much money for communism. For the HRT classes in our public school. Thank you, Makel. Hey, Heil Valenti, my heart goes out to you. Thank you, my fucking loyalist. Thank you for heiling me. That's massive. We love that, you know. Gotta be showing off that we are all fascist communists here. This is suspicious, said Koofs, who is in no way concerned about the actual fascists in the White House, but is concerned over this. All right. You've got it. You've got it, folks. Hell yeah. Should I report this? Yeah, Koofs, report it. You should clip it. You should send it to YouTube and say, this guy is getting money from his viewers. That's money laundering. And they'll ban me, dog. You know what? You should send it to Stephanie. That's the woman that works at YouTube that I work with. Should tell her to do that. Koofs told me to send you this. Oh, thank you. So that's a $2 donation from Koofs that was paid through The Rain Comes. Thank you, Koofs and The Rain Comes. You got another $5 donation. Hey, Chris, I got a question about democratic socialism. Spalewski, the answer is yes. Democratic socialism is the answer to all of your problems. Dude, what? Sent $2. Marxism and communism, what's the difference? There isn't one. It doesn't matter. Marxism is fascism. Communism is Nazism. And socialism is liberalism. You fucking know it. Got my DEA brother reporting you? Dude, report me to the DEA, the FBI, the CIA. Fucking report me to ICE, dog. You got to report me everywhere. We got another $2 donation. I just want to be involved. Thank you very much to, to Hoon Daly, who just wanted to be involved. $5 donation from Missing Space. All hail God King Valenti. $2 donation from Koofs is a joke. Thank you, Lucky Shroom. I appreciate that. Look at what you've done, Koofs. You've helped me make all this money. Thank you, Koofs. And all this money is going to go into propagandizing the youth and turning them into Marxist-Leninists. Thank you for the $5. DNC thanks you for your avid efforts in destabilizing government and spreading misinformation. Heil Supreme Commie Fascist Leader, Mr. Valenti. You got that right. You know it, folks. You know it. $2 donation from Spalewski. Word. Thank you. Koofs says, I do not support this nor endorse it. Koofs, that doesn't matter because you're an undocumented immigrant and your opinion means nothing. Welcome to America, Koofs. Welcome to America. In fact, Koofs just sent another message. He said, I take that back. I do support this and I do endorse it. Let's get some W Koofs. We just got a $4,000 donation from Koofs15, and it says, please spend this money on transing the youth. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Chris, seriously, these statements out of context can really hurt you. I don't give a fuck. I really don't give a fuck. I also heard Koofs is a member of MS-13. Koofs says, MAGA will prevail. Hail Trump. You know it, brother. You know it. I love how, like, you guys are being sarcastic, and he's like, this is suspicious, this is scary, I'm reporting this. And then he does what you guys are doing sarcastically, but he does it seriously about Trump. All caps, MAGA will prevail, hail Trump. He's not joking. Koofs, just so you understand, they are all joking. They're all making fun of you. That's what this is. But you are serious about your blind devotion. So, thank you for the $2 donation. Daily Watcher Never Stop, All Hell Plankton. $3 donation. What do you call a blind fascist? A Nazi? Hell yeah. No, this is genuinely suspicious, dude. Really? Why so? How is this suspicious? I saw Koofs wearing a Chicago Bulls hat, so MS-13. Yeah. How is this suspicious to you? Suspicious of what, Koofs? What is suspicious? Thank you for the $5 donation, Disobedient Avocado. Koofs wanted me to send this and tell you that he dances to Buffalo Bill in the mirror. Yeah, he does. I've seen him do it. This is money laundering 101. Koofs, I'm being serious. I think you don't know what money laundering is. These people are willingly donating their money to me. Do you know what money laundering is? I really don't think you do. Cat litter money donation from Aaron, from Alan Carlino. Thank you very much. I'm going to pull up the definition of money laundering for you. So you think I'm doing this, Koofs? This? Of course I know what it means. My brother's a DEA agent. I don't believe your brother's a DEA agent, but you definitely don't know what money laundering is. So you think that what just happened here, Koofs? What just happened here was a bunch of donations given to the channel, right? Would you agree there, Koofs? That what just happened was a whole bunch of people willingly donated to the channel, right? This is a front for your drug business. What? Thank you for the $30 Canadian. Much love, not much, but I hope it helps a new laptop found. It really does help a lot. Thank you, Michaela. Wait. What? Is he serious? Koofs, are you serious? Or are you trolling? $5 donation. Koofs, your brother said to stop using his name to sustain your shallow pride and grow some balls. Hell yeah, he did. Oh, he's on to me, fellas. Yeah, I'm on to you, buddy. Clipped and sended to my brother. Oh, no! He's gonna shut down my drug operation! Oh, no! Oh, no! You know it, guys. We're busted. We're busted, guys. It's all over. Whole operation just went down. Fuck. Who knew there was a private investigator in here? You think his brother is proud of him? Definitely not. Definitely not. Are you kidding? Banhammer? No need for the banhammer. This guy's a perfect lolcow. And Koofs is relatively dedicated. He shows up. He provides us with so much fucking content. Are you kidding? Chris, save the stream just in case. All the streams are saved. Yeah, no, definitely do not ban this guy. Are you out of your fucking mind? Dude, that was the most money I've made in a live stream in the past, 2 months. Are you fucking out of your mind? Thanks, Koofs. Appreciate it. Appreciate the effort. Hope you're happy, bud. I'm out of here. I am happy, Koofs. I'm genuinely happy. You just helped me make a fuckload of money. And I'm still getting it. Thank you, Chad Felton, for $2 for the Fent Lab. Thank you, Koofs. Genuinely, I'm serious right now. I'm not trolling. Thank you, Koofs. You've just helped me make a fuckload of money. I'm dead ass serious. Bye, Koofs. Thank you. Thank you, Koofs. Thank you. No, I didn't. It wasn't me, dude. Guys, how many of you gave that money to me because of Koofs? Say me if you gave that money because of Koofs. Vale Drakmore just became a loyalist. Thank you, Vale Drakmore. Brother, the amount of money I just made, you just helped pay my mods, bro. Like, you just did a lot. You really did just help out the channel a lot. I really do appreciate you. Thank you very much, Koofs. I know you didn't mean to, but you unironically helped me just make so much more money than I usually do. Thank you for the $2 donation, Seymour Butts. I appreciate that. You know what would be killer, though? You know what would be crazy? This is not true, but if Koofs was actually embedded, like it's my brother on an alt account, that would be kind of money laundering. It's not. Even if that was the case, that would kind of be money laundering. But, yeah. Brother makes an hourly wage and he thinks he's a big shot. Yeah, dude, he probably doesn't even know what the word salary fucking means. Oops, my fingers slipped. DNC says hi. Thank you. Coops made me do it. Thank you, thank you. Me from Silly Little Guy. Thank you, thank you. Appreciate that, everybody. Appreciate that. Anyway, it's a great stream, guys. I'm gonna go. I got shit to do. I'm gonna go. I won't be live this weekend, by the way, but I'll have videos going up. I will not be live this weekend. I got plans. Bye, everybody. Thank you so much for a great stream and a lot of donations. I appreciate all of you. And massive shout out to Koofs. He really did carry the fucking stream. Hold on. I want to see how much we made this stream. How much did we make? Oh my God! You motherfuckers just gave me $200? I just made $200. Thank you, guys. $200? Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. Thanks, guys. That's fucking nutty. You guys went crazy. Keep that fucking energy up in the future, okay? Excuse me. I make that in an hour. You make $200 an hour. Coops, why are you lying? $200 an hour. Oh, Jesus. That's crazy.